Hello friends, this is I'm attempting doing another vlogging, the Beliveathon. I have been not updating anything for the last week, but I just finished Sal and Gabby Fix the Universe, so I'm ready to pick up another one. This one, I don't know what I'm rating it. I don't like it. I didn't like this one as much as the first one, and I'm not really sure why exactly that is yet, so I'll have to ponder that for a bit. It was good. It's not like it was a bad book or anything. It's just I had really high expectations for this and it didn't meet them completely, so but it definitely worked for the prompt that I was given. Also because of the situation that I know now, I've completed 2 books for this and I'm like halfway through the month. I know that I won't be able to finish 13 books, but I've seen other people who are participating but I already picked like 4 to 5 books that would fit all 13 prompts or something like that. And so from now on I'll still be doing them in order, like telling you about the prompts in order, but I will say if I've already completed a book that fits that challenge. So let's get to the next one. The next prompt is called The Scream. Outside you hear a blood-curdling scream. When you run outside, you see a strange fog has surrounded the manor of Beliveathon, and there's many things moving within it. They are heading towards the graveyard. You follow them with the protection of your flashlight, as they seem to be repulsed by the light. They surround a tomb with a skull laying atop it, locked in a scream. To collect the scream, you must listen to an audiobook or read a book out loud. I mean, I could listen to other words for home. It's only 3.5 hours in total, so I could get through that really quickly. So I might listen to that because I've wanted to read that for a while. So that will be my audio of choice. It's a quick one that will be able maybe to already get through that today. So I'm going to pick the next one immediately as well because I want a physical book going at the same time, because I know I'll be taking my time with that, so it doesn't matter. I will finish this well before the other one otherwise, no matter what. But the recommendations for this prompt was The Wizards of Once by Cressida Cowell. I only know Cressida Cowell for their How to Train Your Dragon series, but I remember I have that book on my TBR actually. I just forgot that it was Cressida Cowell who wrote it. Then there's The Explorer by Catherine Rundle. I don't know what that's about. It says Fred, Con, Lila and Max are on the plane when it crashes in the Amazonian rainforest. Together they must survive and get out before they succumb to the hunger. And then we have The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Barnhill. I've had that on my TBR for a really long time, but I only have access to this one in ebook form, I think. So it wouldn't have worked for this. So the next challenge or prompt, The Torn Page. It says the sound of paper tearing draws you to the library. Once inside you notice there's no one there but who was making the noise. You can barely go inside the library due to the amount of ripped books on the floor, and you wouldn't know where to begin searching for your clue. A voice echoes through the library telling you to identify if the thief of the missing Maleficarum is written on one of the pages. In order to find the torn element, you must read a book with a supernatural element. I think for this one, the Danger Gang might be able to work, because it says something strange is happening to the kids on Frankie Street. Get ready to meet the gang. And it says something like, something happens, and one by one they come a little odd, a little unusual, and a little magical. So something happens definitely, and I feel like that might be because of a supernatural thing happening. So maybe this would work. I'm going to definitely try out this one. This is almost as long as the other one, but the text is much larger and there's a lot of little images, so I might be able to finish this one faster. And the recommendations for this prompt was The Vanishing Trick by Jenny Spangler, I don't know that one. Evergreen Semi-Magical Witch by Julie Abe, I also don't know this one. And Podkin and Stubbs by Sophie Green. So these are sort of with witchy stuff, like it's set in our world with witches or vampire type stuff, I think. But I think this one could work. I'm hoping that it could. So those 2 books will be my books that I'm starting on today. I don't have any scribble. I don't mind starting a new audio. Since it's such a short one, it doesn't matter. And it will definitely get me through a couple more books a little bit quicker. So I hope that soon I will be able to fit in some of the books I've already read, so I can move through this one a little quicker. So yeah, but this was my update for now. And apart from the Beliveathon stuff, I've not read very many things. I have worked through The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. It's a quite long book, it's a quite long audio, but I am pretty close to finishing. I think it's 15 parts long, and I've listened to, I think in the middle of the 13th part of that. So I definitely have made progress on that, and I have also made quite a lot of progress on Skeleton Crew. I'm about halfway through. I might be a little further than this. So it's fine, but I haven't read anything else. So yeah, I figure next week is going to be a week where I finish quite a lot of books again. So yeah, but this was my update. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello friends, it is Monday. I wanted to check in with a reading update. I finished The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue today, and I can't really decide what my rating is. I'm not blown away by it, as a lot of people seems to be, but it's definitely different than any other V.E. Schwab book I've read, because the writing is a little bit different and the storytelling way is different, so in that way it was interesting. But I don't know if how much I enjoyed it. I think it was an interesting book, and I was interested in figuring out what was going to happen. It was very compelling in that way. So I'm definitely happy that I read it. But I think if it's the maximum, I have 4 stars. Like, that's the highest it will go. But for a V.E. Schwab, that's still pretty good, because like, she can be a hit or miss for me. So yeah, I'm happy I read it, but I'm not blown away as a lot of people have been. So in that way, I'm a little bit disappointed. Another thing, I have started on The Danger Gang by Tom Fletcher, and I read the first 72 pages. I just read for like 45 minutes or something yesterday, so I didn't read for a long time, but I really enjoyed it so far. It's about this boy named Frankie who moved to this little town called Freaky, and he's not really happy about having to move, but he has to move because of his parents. But he has a best friend in the town that he left, and doesn't really want to not being friends with her anymore. So his dad suggests that he could write her some letters, and that's basically what he's doing. So every chapter is a month, and then every month is a new talk about what's going on in this town. And so far we've been introduced, he's just started at this school in the town, and yeah, one of the best things is just these all of the illustrations alongside, because it's so really humorous sometimes. So for instance, I love this one because like he was writing about his best friend's older sister, who is the supreme leader of Planet Annoying, and then somewhere talking about secret basement, and he thinks that his dad might be a superhero or something like that, have a lair like Batman, but it turns out it's just all the junk that he's not allowed to have in the house. And it's just really funny, and the illustration definitely does something good for it. So far I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to find out what's going to happen. But otherwise, the audio, yesterday I started on the audio Other Words for Home by Yasmine, and I managed to listen to 47 minutes, and I'm about halfway through. It's about 2 hours long in my speed. So yeah, I don't know if I'll finish it today, but I'll probably finish it tomorrow. So yeah, and also that is really good. It has a lot of interesting discussion so far. It's really interesting seeing this from a younger perspective, all of these issues that she has to deal with and stuff. Yeah, also something I haven't told you because I forgot to vlog last week. I am now an owner of a Kindle Paperwhite. It currently has like an ad. Obviously, apparently didn't get it ad-free. So I have been thinking back and forth whether to get a Paperwhite or a Kindle Fire. The Kindle Fire mainly because my iPad, which I've had, and it's so strange because I figured like, and the Kindle will be more or less the same size because I've forgotten how small it is. It's like so much smaller. But my iPad is now so old that it doesn't get any more software updates. So there are apps that I can't get on my iPad. But so far I think I'm gonna use that one for library books, this one for my Kindles, and then I want to make an effort to read a lot more Kindle books over 2021 because I have 600 unread titles. It just showed me that when I uploaded, so I definitely need to do something about that. I don't think that I necessarily am going to read all of them, but I'm definitely going to be making a dent in it and making a bit of a bigger priority, also because I usually read pretty fast when I read ebooks, and this screen is so much better on the eyes to look at, so it's easier to read it on a longer period, whereas this one has a glare, so it's more difficult if there's like a light shining on it. Like this wouldn't be bad either, and yeah, but I'm really looking forward to actually putting some use to it. I haven't been able to yet because I'm focusing on these middle grade books, but by December I'm gonna add ebooks to my list of things to read. I also have a couple of rereads, so it'll be a mix of things, but I'm really looking forward to digging into that. And I also have an idea of how to make sure I add Kindle books to my reading next year, so more on that later. So I was really excited about finding a deal for the Kindle Paperwhite, so yeah. So this is my update for now. I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello friends, it is Wednesday evening. I didn't check in yesterday because I had a bad headache and had zero energy to check in at all. So I didn't, but I did read quite a few things. I finished up, just 1 second. But yesterday I managed to finish Another Word for Home by Yasmine. It was a really good book. I really enjoyed my time reading it all. Well, enjoyed. It has some difficult topics it dealt with, because we are following this girl who was a refugee from Syria, and the things that she has to face for being where she's from was a little bit heartbreaking in many places, and but she's trying to adjust to life in the US and trying to make friends and trying to come to terms to understand what's going on, because she's only in, I don't remember what grade she was in, but she was not very old for sure, and it was just I feel like she said grade 8, but I don't know how old that is in the US, because the United States school system is different than the Danish one, obviously. But I'm thinking, I have a feeling like she's around 11 or 12, but I could be wrong. But I really enjoyed it, and I think I gave it 4 stars. I will definitely highly recommend it. It's also really short, quick read. Otherwise, I started on the next Suki Stackhouse book, which is, I don't know which one it is. I'm listening to a Danish edition, that's why I can't remember the English title. It's called Deadlock. That's the second to last book in the Suki Stackhouse series. And a lot of things are going on, but it's going relatively quick. People are texting like crazy this evening. It's because my nephew has got this skin children's disease that you can get, called, in Danish is called Barnhill, which is like these sort of rash kind of thing you get on your face, and is pretty contagious, so he has to stay home from kindergarten tomorrow, or well, daycare tomorrow. Anyway, otherwise, as I said, I've made progress on that. I think I'm over halfway, but I'm not sure. And then I made progress on Skeleton Crew. Not much, but I don't know where I am. I know I'm further than this, but I forgot if I finished this story and started a new one, or if I'm in the middle of this specific story. So I haven't found this, but I just knew that I started this story when I was listening, and so far the stories hasn't been really good. I don't think this is a really good collection compared to Night Shift, for instance. Definitely doesn't grab me as much. Otherwise, I've made a little bit of progress on the Danger Gang as well. I'm going to be reading more from it now. I'm on page 134, so I listened to another 60 pages. I read another 60 pages, which is alright. I've just been reading a little bit in the evenings before bed, because I have been dealing with these headaches. It has been a lot. So that is all of the reading updates. Currently I am about to watch a football match, so I'll be reading a little bit while I do that. Denmark is playing Belgium in the Nations League group final kind of thing, and yeah, I'm hoping we will win, but let's face it, Belgium is a better team, so there's a good chance that Belgium will win, because they have the better players. And even if we haven't lost recently, we don't have the best attacking team right now. I feel like we are not very effective with our attacking anyway, or striking. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, this is my update for now. I'll be watching some football now, and talk to you tomorrow. Hello friends, it is now Saturday. I haven't checked in a couple of days, so it got dark. It's really rainy today, so it is, I think, around 11 AM, and I'm just on my way out. I have to go down to the city to buy a couple of things. Me and my sisters have, for the last many years, exchanged advent calendars. First it was like a gift every day, now it's been changed to a gift every Sunday. So I'm going to go and buy the remaining 2. I still have to get 2. I have the first 2 covered, and I'm not really sure what to get her, so that is actually my issue. But it's raining today, so I was thinking about walking down there, but if it's raining, it's not so fun. We'll see how I end up doing. Yeah, but I have to do that, and I'll be listening to an audio at the time. I'll be listening to Skeleton Crew, because that's the audio that I'm working on. Yesterday I finished the Suki Stackhouse book, Dead Beat. I think that's the title of that one. It was fine. I don't know why people are so angry with the remaining books, because considering now I've read like 12 books, it's not very much different than how it was in the beginning. So I'm really unsure about why people are so pissed about it. So I have to go and read on the reviews. I think it's something to do with Eric for some reason, but I've never really been into Eric anyway, so I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was not great, but it was fine. It was just as fun as the remaining, the last few books, so I was entertained, and that's generally what I'm looking for, so I'm fine. I am about 100 pages away from finishing The Danger Gang, so I'll definitely try and see if I can finish that today, although I am feeling a little bit strange. But yeah, this was my update. I'll talk to you later when I have a bit better update. See ya. Oh, hello friends, it is Saturday still. I am not far off of finishing this book, and so I'm not gonna read anything right now, but I'm planning on finishing it in bed. So tomorrow morning when I am waking up, I want to get started on the next book. So I'm gonna find out what my next read will be. And the next prompt is going to be, it's called The Crown. So it says, while in the library, a scratching noise draws your attention to the bookcases. Many of the books have been damaged, their pages littering on the floor. But there's one bookcase that's been untouched. Upon closer inspection, you notice there is a book titled Beliveathon. You grab it and try to pull it out. Instead, it jams, you hear a click, and the bookcase opens. It's a secret room, it's filled with cobwebs, but something glittering steals your attention. It's a crown. In order to collect it, you must read a book that is set in an alternate world to your own. So now is the time when I read the Nevermore book, isn't it? Like, it's perfect. I could also read The Brothers Lionheart, but I'm much more hooked or excited to read Hollowpuck, so I'll just grab it, and super excited to get started on this, my most anticipated release of the year, I guess. Here is Hollowpucks, and I can't wait to dive into this. Yeah, I've been looking forward to reading this ever since I knew about it, so it's just such a pretty book, inside, out, and I'm really interested in finding out what it's about. A lot of people will always check what a book is going to be about, but I am trying to avoid as many things as possible and just go with the flow. And I know I won't be disappointed by these books because I haven't been yet. And it might be following disease of something because of pox being in the word, but who knows. I've also tried to avoid seeing booktube videos where they're talking about the book and what it's about. So super excited about it. Now I'm gonna let you know about the recommendations. First off, Suman Chanani is the one who had shared the prompt, and he is the author of the School for Good and Evil series. I've read the first book in that series, and I plan on continuing with the next books. I definitely have the first 3, so I'm looking forward to continuing with that. I enjoyed it quite a lot. It had a lot of fun things going for it. It was not my favorite thing, but it was definitely different than a lot of other things I've read. And the recommendations are these. There's the Rumble Star by Ari Elphinstone, which I've never heard of before, which it says Casper Tuck accidentally stumbles into the unmapped kingdom of Rumblestar, a world hidden in the clouds and being terrorized by the evil Harpy Morg. Okay, I've never heard of it. Next book is Beyond the Deep Woods, which is by Paul Stewart and Chris Riddell. I have known of Chris Riddell's children's books. I've read 3 of them, I think, and I really enjoy them, so I think he would be good, and I think he might be illustrating them, this one, so that's kind of cool. It says, abandoned at birth in the deep woods, Twig is brought up by wood trolls. When he's older, he decides to leave home to discover who he is, but he strays from the path. And then the last one is Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. I've definitely heard of this one, and I've also wanted to read it at one point, and I don't know if I might still make sure to read it, because I am interested in reading it. It's about 12-year-old Sophie, who is a telepath. One day she is visited by another telepath called Fitz. He whisks Sophie away to a different world that is unfamiliar to her, so it sounds a little bit like how Jupiter North came to Morgan Crow and swept her into Nevermore in the first book. So that's definitely sounds like a fun thing, and I might actually check this book out at some point. I'm definitely also interested in Beyond the Deep Woods, because I really enjoyed Chris Riddell's books that he did, so it could be fun. And the first one also sounded interesting, so yeah. But this was this clip. I will talk to you later. Once I've finished tomorrow morning, I'll let you know my final thoughts on the book that I am currently working on. And hello. I better do a proper outro of this vlog and not end up the vlog like last time when I just like cut it off unexpectedly. It is actually Monday, but I wanted to check in with my update on how I like the book, The Danger Gang. I don't have the book here. I think it's up there somewhere. The Danger Gang was definitely fun. I would say it is not as good as the Christmas Stories books, but it was better than the Creekers for me. So in that way, it was a solid read, and I enjoyed, especially the beginning of it. I thought it was really fun. I really had a laugh looking at all of the illustrations throughout the book. They were done really well, and they are always matching very well with the humor in the books, and it just brings the humor to life in a way. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I ended up giving it a 4 out of 5 stars, so I'm definitely happy I read it. And I also just started on Morgan Crow, Holopux, but I only read 44 pages. I ended up not reading very much physically yesterday. It was more of a watching a lot of TV stuff, and I went for a long walk with my parents and my sister. And then I had to do some chores because I didn't do any of that on Saturday because I was a little bit sick. So Saturday was mostly spent with me sleeping and feeling sorry for myself. So that's how that went. But overall, I'm happy with the progress. Yeah, so this week I managed to finish 2 books. I finished the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I finished Other Words for Home by Yasmine Walker. I just completely slipped my mind. And then I finished so actually 3 books. And then I finished 4 books, maybe I read 4 books. Am I completely, I don't know what I'm thinking. I also finished Deadlocked, which is the 12th book in the Suki Stackhouse series, and I finished The Danger Gang. So 4 books in a week, which is pretty great for me. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this week's vlog, where I'm trying to finish Holopux and maybe another book for the Beliveathon, because like Beliveathon is going to is coming to a close soon. That's what I want to say. And I also have started on some audiobooks, and I will talk a little bit more about that when I with my next video. So this will just be my final update for the week. Thank you for watching if you stayed this long, and let me know what you've been reading, and if you are participating in Beliveathon, let me know if you have enjoyed the books that you're reading. Yeah, this is all. I hope you liked it, and yeah, I'll see you in a video very soon. Goodbye.